Mixed Emotions. So we have kind of a neighbor update. I don't really know
No, it's an
if
update.
it's a neighbor update, but
Picture Ahmaud Arbery
Mm.
without the guns. That's kind of weird to say that. I'm not trying to use his name to make myself famous or anything like that. But I was followed today and filmed just exercising. I have a weight problem. I got a big belly. I like to eat. So in exchange, my wife tells me, we got to get your big ass up and go outside and get, stop laying around all day and get to exercise. So while we're doing that, I'm already mad because the wife already started trying to tell me some harmful truths about my fat self.
No, I did not. Okay, what happened was he has been on a vegetarian diet and been doing very well.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
Well, yesterday he was like, I want a Philly cheesesteak because my friend opened up this food truck that sells Philly cheesesteaks.
I'm supporting black businesses.
Okay, so we drove all the way up to like the northeast side of Oklahoma City.
East side?
He wasn't there. So we went on this search for Philly cheesesteaks, even though he's supposed to not be eating Philly cheesesteaks. But we went on this search for Philly cheesesteaks, and we ended up at Fill Me Up Cheesesteak Place, which is in what's that called? The Collective.
At the Collective, yeah. That's actually a pretty good place to hang out. If
there wasn't COVID.
Yeah. If it wasn't COVID. But they were being pretty safe there. They, temperature checks at the door, hand you a mask at the door. But a lot of that place is you eat out, like you eat outside.
Yeah.
So
it's like food trucks that are made into restaurants, and basically, they all just come together, and then you take it out, basically.
Absolutely.
So we ended up eating that yesterday, and then we went on this walk this morning, and he was like, "You're making me go off my diet," which it wasn't my idea, but I got blamed for it somehow.
It's more.
I even ordered him a vegetarian breakfast this morning.
There was no meat in that?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. Not a bad person all of a sudden. Anyway, so he gets mad at me and storms off down another street.
I'm not walking with you.
As we're on
we're laughing, but I was serious.
He was mad.
I said, I don't like you right now. I'm not walking with you. I'm gonna walk by myself.
Whatever.
Which led to the problem that we're talking about right now.
Which, as he was walking away, I was like, I hope he actually goes home like he said he was going to. Because I don't want him walking around our neighborhood by himself because he's a large black man and we live in a very
predominantly white neighborhood. Check this out.
In the suburbs.
I said, what do you think about it? She goes, I thought about the movie Boys in the Hood. I said, Ricky! I'm like, that's why is my white wife think about the Boys in the Hood? That's crazy.
That's where we are.
Well, I mean, we did that same thing where we walked different. We split up and we walk in the same street and we turn around and look at each other at the same time. But we're like 2 blocks away, I'm still trying to act like I'm mad, but I'm really not mad like that anymore.
I was mad because I wanted to go back in the wilderness and then I didn't want to go by myself.
I get that, but black people don't like the woods unless we're going fishing or hunting.
I think he tried to sabotage the walk.
No. I wanted to walk. That's why I went and walked anyway.
Anyways, so what happened?
No. Let's skip over that. Let's not skip over that part. I went and walked anyway.
Okay, so what happened when you went and walked by yourself?
All right, I turned the corner and went up a block or two. And then I recognized when we had the problem with the neighbors across the street, the guy that they called for backup.
Right. Okay. So if you don't know that whole story, in episode 1 and in the neighbor update episode on our YouTube channel, you can catch up. You can fast forward to the end of episode 1 because it's long. And we talk about a neighbor situation that we've been having. And then in the neighbor update, we talk about this guy that showed up when the cops were called and it looked like they were calling him for backup. So,
and what made me mad about that part is that he came heavy. He came with a firearm of some sort because he came speeding around the corner, and then when he seen the police, he slowed way down and then came in trying to act all calm. I said, officer, he came over here with the firearm. What's he gonna do with that? Right. And he has nothing to do. He has nothing to do with us and them at all. Right. So why is he here? You're not gonna ask him that? Well, he's the cop goes, he's allowed to carry a gun, which I know that. I'm not dumb, but the fact that he's right here at this time, why is he here? You ain't gonna ask him any questions. Well, no, we don't have. We can't bother about that. We just gotta let him go. Well, that sets up more problems.
Right. So this same guy showed up today, which we found out that his kid is friends with the neighbor's kids and they hang out a lot. But this guy, what you tell
this is what happened. I was walking. He turned the corner going southbound. I'm walking north. I look at him, which I watch everybody because hey, this is the time to do that. This time of year and all the Trump supporters out there trying to intimidate people. I watch everybody.
How would he know you're not a Trump supporter? Anyway,
how would he not know?
Continue.
There's only 13 black people that support the Trump. No, don't take that as fact. This is more. Not true. I'm just playing. I'm just making a joke, trying to make light of what happened today because I really got pissed off because the dude, when I noticed who he was when he went past me, I looked over and seen him. He seen me, and then I watched him park. I watched him to go to the house he was going to. So he pulled up, and some kids ran outside to jump in his truck. But after that, I was like, screw it, that's him. I know where he lives now. Cool. In my attitude, in my type of thinking, I know where you live now. That's a great advantage for me. But then I'm thinking, I'm walking, and I went to cross the street, and when I turned across the street, of course you look both ways. So I look left, look right, I look right, and there he was, about 5-6 houses down from me, filming me driving down the street. Like he was damn near running off the street because he had his phone in front of the steering wheel, filming me walk. Like, why you got to film me for?
Well, and you pretended to film him doing that.
Yeah.
Which I wish you would have actually filmed.
That's the only thing that scared him off because he was really driving slow.
But we don't have proof now because my husband is technologically not inclined.
Look, we're gonna be 80 and she's gonna be telling me this.
So I'm like, well, now we don't have proof that actually happened. So okay,
but yeah, we do have proof. We'll get to it.
We have hearsay. Anyway, so we were walking and he called me after this happened. And of course I'm in one part of the neighborhood and he's in another part.
Because I was mad.
So he calls me and he's like, you'll never believe what happened. And then he tells me the story and I'm like, did you actually film him? And he was like, no, I couldn't figure it out. So
no, wait.
So then I was like, well, show me where what street you were on. And he pointed down the street that our HOA president lives down. And I was like, oh, that's perfect, And our HOA president happened to be outside, which was even more perfect.
It's like Jesus made it happen.
Yeah. So we talked to our HOA president about what happened. And he was like, oh, I know that guy. I'll talk to him for you.
I'm like, hey, man, is it cool for black people to walk in the neighborhood? He's like, absolutely
can we
it
do
is.
That? Can we do that here?
I mean, do I got to go strap up just to walk and exercise? I mean, I can do that, but I'd rather not.
Right.
And he was like, oh, man, I'm sorry you went through that. And then what happened? So I told him there's a guy that started filming me walking down the street for some reason, following me and stuff.
And we told him our history with him, too. It's also the same guy that showed up over here. So our HOA president talked to the guy and messaged me back. Let me see if I can find it.
So the HOA is doing above and beyond his job. He's doing this thing.
He's awesome. Let me just say that. I know HOA presidents can't really do a whole lot about these situations, but our HOA president contacted the police the first time we had issues, got that ball rolling, even though it stopped rolling. And in this situation, he talked to the guy like almost immediately. So he does what he says he's going to do, which is awesome. But anyway, he messaged me back and he was like, I talked to this person across the street from me today. And he feels like there's a misunderstanding. He was getting his son from your neighbor's house to go to church. And then they came back to see if they could get lunch together, which I don't know what time. I feel like it was later in the evening that altercation happened. I don't remember. Anyway, the day the police were there, he said he was coming in a hurry. Oh, this was today. Excuse me.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so today he said he was going to see if he could get lunch. The day the police were there, he said he was coming in a hurry to get his son from there so he would not be in the way. So that kind of makes sense to me because our neighbor called him there and was probably like, hey, the cops are here. Come get your kid.
I don't think that's what happened.
This is why we disagree.
This is what me and her disagree. Because when he showed up without a child. He showed up by himself and he got out the car, went and talked to the woman that called him and then jumped back in his truck and left. Childless with no kid. He picked up no one. So he came there to join the beef. He came there to be on their side and add to the fucking problem. I mean, excuse me. Add to the problem. See, I'm sorry, I'm upset.
Okay, I was very nervous when the cops were called. Like, I can play a tough game, but I'm not tough at all. Like,
she punches me all the time.
No, I don't. So, like, in our relationship, if we're gonna do like a Martin versus Malcolm comparison, I'm definitely Martin. Like, I'm the non-violent. I'm the let's talk it out. Let's see if there's a solution.
That's not where I come from.
And he's not that way. He's like, let's get down. If you're trying to fight me, I'm gonna fight you back. So yeah. So he ended it with, he'd love to talk to you all or have dinner with you sometime. He's sorry for the misunderstandings. Which I'm like, oh, that's very sweet. Not sweet, but like, if there's a misunderstanding.
No, bro. Okay. Here's
there's a way to handle a misunderstanding.
First things first. You don't stare people down. If you look at someone, speak.
That's the part that's
I ain't even got there yet. But if you look at another grown man's face and look at him and don't nod or what up or that's speaking. Don't just be like.
Here's the thing. We don't know what our neighbor told him when he called him to come get his kid, supposedly. Like, he could have said, oh, the black people are causing problems and they're dangerous and da-da-da. So he could have, like, already had a bad taste in his mouth from you, even though he doesn't know you, just because his friend said it.
Birds of a feather flock together.
You're right.
That's just like, right. if I know that a person is doesn't like me because of my skin color, I'm gonna stay away from them.
But I mean, also white people that hang out with other white people all the time, unless you just talk about politics, like, or race or whatever, that conversation doesn't usually come up. Because I know, like, before when I hung out with my friends, like, we really didn't talk about it because a lot of my friends don't agree with me politically. So,
yeah, but even then,
they knew where I stand on it.
Because you know? how they know that where they knew where you stand, how they get to that point. Y'all had to have a conversation eventually.
I mean, they know I'm married to you.
Well, okay, so the big Negro showed up, and they're like, "Oh."
People that meet me on the
You're
street,
not like us.
Yeah. People that meet me on the street don't know that I'm just like not racist. Like,
racism oozes from people. Like they flag it on, like The most dangerous racist people that you'll ever meet in your life. And let me tell you, it's in the education, white folks.
Buckle up.
The most racist people that you will ever meet in your life, the most dangerous people that you'll ever meet in your life that are racist, are people that you have no idea that they are that way.
The ones that smile in your face and then will stab you in the
back. Have no idea. Don't tell nobody. They stay undercover, because those are the people who are trying to do true damage to the black and brown race, because they don't want anybody else around them to know that way, and they stay incognito to be able to do their work and get away with it.
Right. Now
the idiots are the ones that, I don't care, I don't like darkies. Yeah, all of them should be slaves. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's just take it out. Let's have a civil war again. Just fight. Let's fight, everybody. Come on, let's go. So those people, they let people know where they stand, always.
Right. Which, I mean, also, if he's been to their house, which obviously he has, he's probably seen their flags.
He got two big old. He got a Mississippi flag that's huge, just as big as my Black Lives Matter flag, hanging there. It's been there since we moved in. Then recently, within the last 6 months, he's bought this big old redneck Confederate flag that hung it right next to that one. And I'm like,
a huge Trump flag.
And then then you get the Trump gear and the police support the police.
Like, how many dog whistles can we hang up?
And white people, I'm not trying to upset you today, but we're going to school. This is what we do this for. Those flags with the blue stripes around in the middle of them, those are racist. Those are directly against Black Lives Matter. Straight up.
They can be. And this is why I say they can be. And most of the time they are, is they probably didn't start out that way. We support the police.
Because I support the police.
You're right. They probably didn't start out that way. But when they started being taken to these rallies and these protests,
they stole it.
And flown with Confederate flags. That happened to the Gadsden flag too, that Don't Tread on Me flag. Mm-hmm. It didn't start out racist, but it's always being flown with Confederate flags. And it's always been being flown by racist people.
The one with the snake on it.
Right. Which we still need to do that episode. I'm so sorry, guys. But
we suck. We suck.
Yeah. So it's if he's been to their house, he's seen all this stuff.
And they're gonna try to pretend but my kids play with him. I don't.
Right. And we go to church with them, obviously.
Church? What church is that? I mean, excuse me. I need to know what church that is. No, I want to go visit. I want to be like, can I be a member? Can we show up and be members, or do you got to be a certain color?
That's where I think I know for a fact that these neighbors will close their garage if they see another white person that doesn't know how they are.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I don't think they necessarily are out of the closet racist.
What? Yeah, yeah. Because the day we was out there playing basketball, me and then my kids were out there playing with the other neighbor kids. Because that's what we do. We love neighbor kids. But check this out. They had their garage door up with the light on, so we could see all the flags hanging up in their garage. So we had to play basketball in front of that, right? So the lady down the street has no idea the beef is going on or whatever. She comes down to get her daughter because her daughter is hanging out with all the other neighbor kids playing basketball. And she come down there, and as soon as she walked down there, they're watching us on camera the whole time. So as soon as she walked down there, they reach inside the garage, hit the button.
They shut the light off.
They shut the light off, and then they shut the garage door down so she couldn't see any of those flags hanging up. And as soon as she walked off, they opened the garage door right back up.
So back to this situation. That's where I'm I don't know if he actually knows how they are.
Bruh, if my kid's going somewhere, hopefully I know who they are.
Yeah.
But people can't hide stuff. Let me give them that benefit of the doubt. Since you try to give them some benefit of the doubt,
I'm not trying.
I'm just people do hide who they are. That is possible that
he might not know. I mean, I don't know. He got called to the cop situation, so he knows something. He knows something's going on. But anyway,
hey man, why'd you call the cops on him anyway? What happened?
So
then they talk. That's how they know.
Yeah. So what we're disagreeing on is if we should actually meet up with this guy.
Oh yeah, did you read that part? Where he wanted to have dinner
he
with
wants
us?
to meet and have dinner or like talk about the misunderstandings.
Nah, bruh.
He said he was sorry for any misunderstandings.
No, you filming me. What you sorry for? You shouldn't have bothered me in the first place. Like if you just drove on, I wouldn't have said nothing about. I would have just said I would mention to my wife when I got back. Met up with her.
Like, hey,
I said, hey man, I saw the guy that came over to
our neighbor's house. They came over to our neighbor's house.
I saw the guy that showed up that day. Please get that out.
I will.
All right.
Name dropped, and we shouldn't have. Anyway, but yeah, so that's what we are mixed emotioned about. Is I like see, and he says this about me too. Like I try to make life like rainbows and sunshine, and everything's good. I know it's not, but that's just how I am. I try to like give people the benefit of the doubt, even though they probably don't do it with me or my family.
I would have been cool because really what happened is he's mad because I recognize him and I know where he come from now. I know where he's at.
And you called him out to the HOA president.
Well, that was before that, but like he filmed me before all that even happened.
Well, yeah, but he didn't expect us to talk to our HOA president about what happened.
Hey, I'm letting people know what's up before it go down because don't be looking at me when it do go down because I'm gonna always defend myself and I ain't gonna let nobody mess with me or my family. Either that's what that's what I'm here for. So, what kind of dude would I be if I just let somebody mess with my family?
So, question to the group is: do you think we should meet with him and talk with him, or do you think it is what it is? And
I'll take 10 people. If 10 people comment on this and give their opinion, whatever the opinion is, I'll do it. If y'all say, hey man, try to make a business with the guy and see what's up, I'll do it. But if y'all be like, hell no, that's the tip I'm on. But
I think it depends on your background because like we are very different backgrounds. So like I'm like, oh well maybe that was just all a coincidence.
I'm in the camp of if you show me who you are, I believe you.
But did he show? Well, yeah.
Bro, like I ain't like there's no reason for the man to pull up behind me and creep behind me and film me. There's no reason for it.
I think he was doing that to send it to our neighbors and be like, hey, is this your neighbor?
Okay, but why would he do that?
Right.
I don't even know that dude's name.
Right. Well,
so
yeah.
Well, now I do.
Now we do.
But before that, I had no idea who that guy was.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know me neither. So for him to pull out of his driveway and creep and pull his phone out and turn it on and film me walking down the street exercising, that he wants something else. There's something else that he needs or wants because there's no misunderstanding that. I don't just walk up to people and start filming them.
That is weird.
If I don't have any other ulterior motive, yeah. I don't do that. Nobody does that unless you got beef, and he has beef.
Well, and I mean, the first time we met him, we're under like tense circumstances,
and we never met him. He never said a word to us. He just stared at us.
Saw him.
Yeah, he just stared at me like I'm afraid of him or something.
Well, I'm sure they told him that all these people are being violent and you better come get your kid because he's in danger.
If you don't remember the story, I was just asking the guy a question. I wasn't even talking to him. I was talking to the neighbor guy.
You know they spun it some kind of crazy way because you know they spun it some kind of crazy way to the cops too.
That's when the cop told us that all rebel flags ain't racist.
But some Black Lives Matter flags are terrorist.
Yeah, but Black Lives Matter. Some of those people are terrorists. Are you?
Yeah. So that told us where the cops stand.
A police officer said that to us.
Yeah.
To our face.
Yeah. So
I'm like,
that's where that situation ended, by the way. Like the neighbors who had previously agreed to talk to the cops decided that they didn't want to have a mediated session with us after that situation, which I think is why that situation happened, so that they could back out. But that is what it is. So that's how that situation ended.
It is what it is.
Yeah. So let us know. Do you think we should have dinner and tea with this guy, or just leave it alone?
No, I want to holler at him. I just don't want no dinner.
Well, we don't have to have dinner with him. We said just talk to him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Should this? Okay.
How do you think we should talk to him? Like, do you think we should text him or call him?
My deal is
meet him.
This is me being paranoid. Okay. I'm honestly thinking that the almost did it again.
Our neighbors,
the neighbor people, want us to be on paper, which is restraining orders and stuff like that. Like I'm being the aggressor.
The one harassing.
I'm harassing them.
Yeah.
So I won't fall. Like the day that he hung his Trump flag, him and his boys, which I don't care, they're playing outside. It's what kids do. Mm-hmm. So he's running outside, running up real close to my car and make sure I see him, throwing the football in our front yard. His kids running up and getting it and running back out. They're all standing out there talking loud. They're trying to get my attention to see if I would, just so I could, because my wife told me he's trying to get your attention. So when you looking at him, he went and hung the flag right in front of you.
Which is what he did.
And I'm like, I don't care about that flag.
Like we already know.
We already know who you are, pimp. Like you don't got to keep proving it.
Yeah, you've got the bumper sticker already. Like we've had that since we moved.
We moved there, like
so,
bro,
like we already know. We don't care who you vote for. We really don't.
No,
we really don't. Like we don't care who anybody votes for. We just
when people tell you who they are. All right.
Yeah.
So my deal is, I think they want to meet up with me, which is that guy, to say things to me to make me go off to get more paper to call the police again. Yeah. And now I look like a problem. Yeah. If I meet up with that guy,
I can see that.
I need a mediation. I need somebody else there that's not involved with none of it to say, this is what happened.
But even if that happened, I don't know. That you'd almost need police mediation in that situation, because if he goes off, like just having a normal person there, like that doesn't prove anything.
No, but if he calls the police on me, the normal person would be like, no, he didn't. He's just talking to him. He just said he threatened him and started yelling and calling the police. And now he's going to try to say he wasn't harassing him at all. Yeah. So the police could try to make a report and saying I was the aggressor and I wasn't.
Yeah, but they have to take both sides down. So
why meet with him at all then?
In person, yeah. Maybe we could do a Zoom call and record it. Maybe we could have him on our episode.
Oh, man, that'd be fire. That'd be some cuss words in there. I know it.
No, I'm just kidding. I mean, maybe.
No, you're not kissing. That'd be a great idea. The guy will get on camera though.
I'm so non-confrontational. That just makes me very uncomfortable.
You don't have to say a word. Just say my name is, and then
hi. My name is.
You and my husband had some words or a problem. I'll let y'all handle that. Yeah. And we handle it.
Oh, this is okay. I'm going to end the episode before I throw out any other suggestions that are ridiculous. So just let us know what you think we should do. Definitely like our page, subscribe to our channel, like our post, comment, get the word out that we're talking about these subjects, guys. And hopefully we can make the conversations continue and grow and get somewhere with
Ain't that it? I just want to live in peace. Right. We wouldn't have this good content to put out, but I still want to be I still want to be peaceful.
We lived in peace. Yeah.
All I want to do is raise my family, go to work. I have a pretty cool job, and then go fishing and hunting. That's it.
He's never went hunting, guys.
That's why I'm about to buy this.
No, he's not. He's not.
I didn't say that.
Anyways, we're gonna end the episode before he gets in trouble. Let us know, guys. Thanks.
Oh, get a black friend. Get